Welcome back to AG Chelsea TV, your go-to home for the hottest and most exciting updates on the Blues. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest content. Manchester City interested in brilliant Chelsea defender. In recent years, Chelsea have benefited a lot from Manchester City's work at the youth and developmental levels. Cole Palmer is the face of the club, while players like Tosin Adarabioyo, Romeo Lavia, Jamie Gittins and Liam Delap have important roles to play as well. Even Enzo Maresca was part of Pep Guardiola's backroom team not too long ago. Even lately, Chelsea have been linked with a move for Rico Lewis. But that no longer seems a possibility, as he has signed an extension with Manchester City. On the other hand though, it seems that Manchester City might now be eyeing one of Chelsea's best academy graduates in recent times. There have been some question marks over his future. The player we are talking about is Josh Akpom. He was brilliant in Chelsea's season opener against Crystal Palace, but then found himself as an unused substitute in the following game against West Ham United as Tosin Adarabioyo returned from injury and went straight into the starting 11. Maresca also brought on Reece James, Wesley Fofana and Jorel Hato off the bench ahead of him. As reported by Court Offside, Chelsea's current plan is to keep Akpom, or he could be a loan to Strasbourg. Manchester City, Newcastle United, West Ham United, Crystal Palace and Bournemouth are keeping an eye on the defender's situation. Of course, a lot will depend on how much playing time Akpom gets this season. If he does not feel like a valued part of the team, he might try to depart in future transfer windows. Many might remember that Akpom and Chelsea were involved in a contract standoff just last year, which ended with him signing a new long-term deal. But that does not mean that things could not get interesting in the future. Enzo Maresca confirms player won't leave Chelsea. Chelsea arguably possess the best midfield in the Premier League. Their already strong lineup in the middle of the park was further strengthened with the addition of Andrey Santos, who has been brought into the first-team fold following an excellent loan campaign at Strasbourg. Moreover, the club are reportedly close to securing a deal for Xavi Simons as well. However, with so many players operating in the same area, questions have been raised about whether Chelsea might look to engineer some exits in midfield this summer. Notably, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall has already left the club to join Everton, and Carney Chukwuemeka is headed to Borussia Dortmund as well. But there's another midfielder who has recently been linked with a move away, with several clubs showing interest. The player in question is Santos. With that in mind, Enzo Maresca has recently made a statement that puts an end to the speculation over Santos' future for now. As reported by BBC, the Chelsea manager said, "First of all, I am very happy with Andrey and the idea that Andrey stays here with us. He can play in Enzo Fernandez or Moses Caicedo's positions for sure. He played one game in the Club World Cup against Palmeiras where he was very good as a number 6, so he can play in both positions very well." Santos spent the previous season at Strasbourg. He turned some heads with impressive performances there that prompted the Blues to give him a chance in the first team this season. Santos made his Premier League debut against Crystal Palace. With a long season ahead which includes the Blues' return to the Champions League, he is expected to play a major role in the club's midfield. Chelsea latest injury update. Chelsea shook off a rusty start to the season by thumping West Ham last week, and did it without their talisman Cole Palmer. The Blues boasted 5 different goalscorers on Friday night at the London Stadium, with new signing João Pedro scoring 1 and assisting 2 more. But Enzo Maresca was forced into a change just minutes before kickoff when Palmer was unable to complete his warm-up. Cole Palmer withdrew from the starting lineup minutes before kickoff after feeling discomfort in his groin during the warm-up. Brazilian winger Estevão was quickly handed a full debut, that included an assist for Enzo Fernandez, and Enzo Maresca revealed after the game that Palmer had been struggling with a knock since before the start of the season. Cole, in the last 4 or 5 days, was not 100%. Today, he tried to warm up, but he felt something, Maresca told reporters. "So, we prefer not to take any risk to get worse, and we'll see now in the next hours if it's something important or not. Probably, for the Palace game he was not 100%, but he is trying to make a big effort for the club, for the team, for the fans. Because he is really keen about the team. Tonight, again, he tried again. But it was not very good." Romeo Lavia has been sidelined for a number of weeks, last being seen completing 85 minutes in a round of 16 win over Benfica at the Club World Cup. He suffered a small muscle problem between that match and the quarter-final win over Palmeiras, and has not been pictured in training since. The severity of his injury remains unclear, with Enzo Maresca simply offering he's out when asked for an update on Friday. Levi Colwill appears to be the first victim of Chelsea's hectic 2025 schedule. After impressing at the Club World Cup, he picked up an ACL injury in training after returning from a brief summer break and has since undergone surgery. He is expected to miss most of the 2025-26 season. A statement published on Chelsea's official website on Thursday read, "Defender Levi Colwill has today undergone successful surgery to an anterior cruciate ligament injury. Levi will now begin his recovery and be supported by the club's medical department at Cobham during his rehabilitation phase." Chelsea handed new headache in Alejandro Garnacho pursuit. Chelsea may be tempted to reconsider their transfer plans for the final week of the summer window after their strong start to the season. The Blues have splashed the cash on a host of attacking talent over the past few months, and a further 2 deals are in the pipeline. Enzo Maresca pushed to overhaul his front line heading into the transfer window, and his prayers were answered with the arrivals of Liam Delap, João Pedro and Jamie Gittins. However, the ex-Leicester City boss is still keen to welcome more new signings in that department. Manchester United star Alejandro Garnacho is their top target out wide, with the winger part of Ruben Amorim's bomb squad at Old Trafford. The Argentine international is keen to join the Blues, and his social media posts have certainly hinted at that. However, Pedro Neto may have thrown a spanner in the works for Garnacho. The winger was electric in Chelsea's 5-1 win over West Ham on Friday evening, and his performances in pre-season certainly caught the eye as well. Neto caused the lackluster West Ham defense an abundance of problems with his pace and energy, and his deliveries from set pieces were key in the Blues running riot at the London Stadium. The ex-Wolves star's crosses played a role in Pedro's opener, as well as Trevoh Chalobah and Moses Caicedo's goals. The 25-year-old is capable of playing on either flank, and he is quickly becoming one of Maresca's most trusted stars. As such, it begs the question, do Chelsea need to fork out a significant fee on Garnacho as well? United are demanding a fee in the region of £50 million for their want-away winger, whereas Chelsea are said to be looking to negotiate a deal for a fee of £30 million. If the Blues find their efforts to strike a deal on their own terms unsuccessful, Maresca may have to weigh up whether another significant outlay is worthwhile. Simon's versatility will also play into Chelsea's thinking given that he can play on either wing as well as a number 10. Meaning that there will be another player queuing up for minutes out wide. With Maresca demanding a centre-back signing as well, it remains to be seen whether he could look to divert the Garnacho transfer fund into a defensive recruit. That's all for today from AG Chelsea TV. Thanks for watching, Blues fans. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you'll always be the first to catch the latest Chelsea news and updates. See you in the next video.